Here. What's up, guys? Happy Monday and gals. Hope you guys are coming off a great weekend, man. Father's Day weekend. Lots of baseball, golf, Stanley Cup playoff hockey, man. There's still some sports out there. We focus on the baseball. We focus on the Yankees winning a series against the Blue Jays, but onward we go. There are 8 games on the baseball docket tonight. So we're going to do a little research here like we always do. Try to come away with a DFS angle. And then also kind of see what's on the board for the player props. And maybe make some money tonight on a Monday. It's hot. I hope you guys are staying warm, hydrated. I just got a $30 shipment of Bang via DoorDash, so that's why I was a little late. Look at this. Can y'all see that? I don't know if it shows up on camera. This one was dented. I don't know if my man just dropped the bag in front of the door, but I was like, I better drink that one first. I don't know the rules. So, anyway, what up, Skimmer? What up, Eric? What up, Cowboys Nation? Emerson here. Look at you guys. What up, Squeak? Gonna play some baseball instead of just being sad that NBA is over and no NFL yet. Looking forward to your big brain year. Squeak, what do you play? You play DFS? And how many lineups do you run? Cause this is a weird train track to cross, right? Like this is the other side of the tracks. So baseball DFS in the dog days of summer, man, it gets pretty chaotic, pretty fast. But I think you'll be all right. I do. You just gotta know the speed limit here, right? All right. What we like to do when we start off everything. First of all, stream brought to you by RunDFS.com. Gonna be using the RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheet as we go. And if you guys want to open that up for your own research, it is behind the paywall at RunDFS.com. Click VIP memberships, and you'll be good to go. Click here. We have three things up right now. Sometime this week, we're gonna launch the rest of the year pass, which is gonna get you through January 1st. A lot of you NBA passers just expired, so we'll have that up. Maybe tonight I need to make sure that gets up. But every pass comes with a Fantasy Cruncher credit for you guys looking to manage your lineups via an optimizer. And then, of course, once you do get in, you click VIP portal. You'll have a link to the baseball spreadsheet and then the RunDFS.com Discord, the premium Discord. Now, we do cultivate 2 Discords in this community. The completely free one, there's a link in the description to that below. This is round the clock. You guys are nuts with it, man. The screenshots lately, insane. All the sports. So if you're not in any of our Discords, I definitely encourage you to get into the free Discord. But in the premium Discord, I'm usually in the voice chat a couple hours before lock every day, hanging out a lot of times after lock as well. So a little extra, and then you get the spreadsheet. So there's levels to this. What up, Carlos? What up, Shark? But let's jump into the weather report first via Kevin Roth, Roto Grinders. I'll put the link to that in chat. If you guys don't have this page bookmarked, you should. I definitely check it out before I dive into any research every day. It looks like it's a fairly clean day. Warm with light winds in Atlanta. Warm with winds right to left at 10 to 15 in Chicago. So looks like we're good. So we're going to go ahead and close that page out. So that's what you like to see if you're new to MLB DFS. A little bit of don't have to worry about the weather, because that is often a big time headache, you know. What up, Chester? Pick on point, keep to aiming. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. So let's bust open the spreadsheet here, and what I'll do is as we go game by game, I'll start typing the games into the spreadsheet, and that will start populating some of our information. Also need to put out a spreadsheet tutorial video probably in the coming days. Alright, we'll crank up with the Cubs game. By the way, chat, let me know if the music's too loud, too low. I know I had to deal with it a little louder in my headset, but that's because it doesn't transfer to the viewer end. So sometimes I feel like it's too loud, but it's not. All right, looks like I don't have a confirmed lineup for either the Cubs or the Pirates yet. We'll get these boys in the spreadsheet here. Caleb Killian. So these are two of the worst teams in baseball. Looks like O'Neal Cruz, though, one of the Pirates' better prospects. Projected to be in the lineup today. Who plays MLB The Show? You tried that card? Tyler. And we'll also be bouncing back and forth. So my goal here is to hit up every game, come up with a DFS angle for us, and then we'll kind of peruse the prop board for it. And not every, I'm very selective with baseball props because a lot of our prop action is in a parlay setting. So I don't really go after a whole lot, but I keep it really, really slim. So we're going to look at Killian versus Brubaker. With Brubaker, we know what we're going to get. Killian's a little bit of a new subject to study. He's got 2 appearances under his belt, 5 innings, 4 innings, 83 and 86 pitches. So probably expect more of the same here. 5 earnings, 3 earnings, no bombs here. The batted ball data so far is telling us that he keeps the ball on the ground 90% of the time against righties. Well, that seems like an immense outlier, I guess we would say, a short sample size result. So we're going to look at his minor league numbers and kind of see what we might be expecting to start to flourish in his pedigree. So let's look at his splits. First of all, in the minors, 10 games, 43 innings, 47 strikeouts. So more than a strikeout per inning, a 1.35 whip. So a little bit of traffic on the bases. And then that ground ball rate to righties. Let's see what it is in the minors. 2.36. So he's still a big ground ball pitcher in the minors to righties. Also to lefties, 1.73 ground out to air out ratio. 1 bomb in 16 innings to lefties, 2 in 25. So that's pretty respectable. So it looks like he will, or he should be, a strikeout ground ball pitcher, and we love that. So even though the strikeouts have not been realized at the major league level, you could see that he is a strikeout guy by trade, at least more so to righties. To both sides of the plate. More than a strikeout per inning, and 20 strikeouts to 16.2 innings to lefties here. So we might be expecting some positive regression for the swing and strike rate, for the overall K percentage. Now, keep in mind, there are other prospect pitchers, AAA pitchers, when they get called up to the bigs, takes them a while to realize their strikeout potential. We've seen it with Bradish. We see it with a lot of guys. So it's not a guarantee that it will come, but I do think it's a possibility, and there's not very teams that could put out a weaker lineup than the Pirates. I think maybe the Cubs, maybe the Tigers, something like that. So this might be a shot to take a shot on some Killian. 85 pitches here, maybe 5-6 innings as an SP2 in the back pocket of DraftKings. And then just out of curiosity, do we get anything on prop betting, like a low K prop, 4Ks? Man, he, like we said, more than a strikeout per inning in the minors. If we got him going 5 or 6, maybe 4 strikeouts is a little bit low. But I will say this is going to be more of a hunch play than anything else, right? We want to see some of these metrics play in the big leagues, and so far it hasn't. But maybe that's been a strength of schedule thing. San Diego, St. Louis. St. Louis, a tough team. San Diego, top 5 in wins. So maybe some 5 walks again. Okay, we gotta check the walk problem. 8 walks in 16 innings. That's bad. That's like a 50%. 8 and 25. So he's walking lefties at a high clip in the minors. Not great against righties either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 projected lefties in his lineup. All right, maybe we start pumping the brakes a little bit. That walk problem is pretty rough. Man, I'm on the fence here. I guess the ground balls could erase some of these walks, but I really don't want to dabble with that if I don't have to. But I guess I will say, on a personal hunch, I'll keep an eye on the strikeout rates. Brubaker, we know what we're going to get out of him. We've seen him play in the big league level now for plenty of plenty of innings. 64 innings this season, a 1.4 whip, 3.83 expected ERA, and a 22% K rate, and 11% swing and strike rate. So he is getting swing and misses over 10% of the time. And his split has been better against righties. Against lefties, a 4.75 xFIP with almost a 1.5 home run per 9. So we'll see how this Cubs lineup comes out. But Ian Happ, Rafael Ortega, probably guys to look out for. Neither pitcher are going to make you feel great. It is a pitcher-friendly PNC Park, low 70s, so it's probably going to be one of the cooler games on the slate when it's all said and done. So I wouldn't fault you if you wanted to take shots really on either pitcher in the back end of 150, but I probably don't get to either guy in 20 or less, and it'd be a strong case at 50 or less to fade them as well. 4.1 implied run total for the Cubs, 4.1 for the Pirates, so just kind of a mediocre average everywhere. Let's do a little O'Neal Cruz research session for those of you that are going to see him potentially leading off at bare bones min on Fanduel and 2,600 on DraftKings. Cruz, of course, like I said, one of their better prospects. There's a lot of Cruzes. I don't know why I ever thought just searching Cruz was going to be the right play here, but it's not. It's not. Every time I see Gun tweet all rise, a little bit of my soul leaves because I didn't go Judge. Judge didn't homer in Toronto, so you got a couple days off. All right, so this season, O'Neal Cruz, 232 average in the minors, a 758 OPS. He has 9 bombs in 211 at-bats and 11 stolen bases. So I think it was better last year so far than this year. Let's see, last year he was batting 310 with a 969 OPS, a buck and a quarter on the ground out to air out ratio. So I guess this year has been a little bit tougher to get back to where he was. Yeah, he's plummeted from where he was last year. So we'll see if that comes up. I wonder. I think they called him up out of necessity, right? I don't know. So yeah, both teams are probably going to be pretty unremarkable for me when it comes to prioritizing. I'd probably take a shot on a 1-to-1 on Killian strikeouts. I don't think I would put it in a parlay like on PrizePicks or Underdog. And then trying to attack Brubaker's home run problem to lefties. Maybe Ortega and maybe Ian Happ, but neither one of these guys drawing big numbers in the bomb detector here. So probably just going to sit back, watch the other games, and not make too much of this game a priority. Vogelback crushes the sinker. So the thing with that is Killian is still a big ground ball guy. And I guess so far just 25% in the major league level. But if we are betting on regression to the mean, even if the mean is a little bit lower than what his minor league stats tell us, in the minors he had a 1.73 ground out to arrow ratio. So definitely, I don't get me putting you off with Vogelback. Like I say, he's got to prove it in the big league level. But I am a little bit pessimistic on the short sample size that we have for Killian playing out in the majors. And I think one of his starts was a big win game in San Diego. So let's move on from that game for now. We'll come back to it if we need to. 3 to 6. Oh, you're 3 to 6 lineups. Squeak. That's cool. Don't ever try the alcohol bangs. They're disgusting. That sounds crazy. I feel like anytime you mix alcohol with 300 milligrams of caffeine, yikes. Wasn't that the whole point of was it White Claws? Wasn't there some energy drink that was like banned that was kind of like that? I don't know if it was White Claws or maybe it was. I don't know. By the way, chat, I don't drink alcohol. I've never been drunk. I've never done any of that. So if I sound like a rookie, that's because I am. I have no idea. But I remember there was like a drink that was like all the rage, like, I don't know, what, 5-6 years ago? We got the Yankees going into Tampa. We call that Yankee Stadium South, man. You guys ever watch a Yankee game in Tampa? You'd think it was in the Bronx. I don't have the lineups for either of these teams yet either, huh? Maybe I should refresh my lineup page. feel like some of these lineups should be out by now. Yankees coming from Toronto. They lost, I think it was 10-9 yesterday. Really fun game, even though we lost. Shane McClanahan taking on Garrett Cole. So McClanahan just pitched in Yankee Stadium, I feel like a week ago. I don't know if it was last start, but it feels like it. And that was a game that if you guys had the no-run first inning prop for that game, McClanahan gave up a homer to Judge in the first inning. That was a Yankee Stadium porch job. It was only a home run in Yankee Stadium. So I see a lot of people ready to go back to the no-run first inning today. If you're worried about the Judge bomb, or if you care about that, it wouldn't have been a homer in Tropicana. So I would probably be okay with going back to the well on that too. For Loco, you're right, Parker. That's what it was. Yeah, I remember when that was like all the rage, man. It was weird times. So just out of curiosity, first inning runs allowed. I think I would be okay with that. I would make a list for props as well. Let's go PrizePicks, MLB leans. I think it's fair to be on that. The no-run first inning. I also wonder if Judge is going to get a day off sooner or later. He hates taking days off, but they've kind of rotated through everyone in that last series. And, yeah, last time Judge had a day off, the next day he hit 2 bombs, and he said he was peed off that he didn't get a day off. So we'll go Yankees, Rays, and our F5. We'll nominate that right off the rip. I can't imagine that would change. Crap is fight in the can. What up, Mamba? I appreciate you, brother. A 304-foot homer. Hey, man. Hey, I was celebrating it, and then the homies were like, no, we had no run first inning. I was like, oh. And then when it came out, this was a home run only in Yankee Stadium. I was like, that's tough. That's tough. Anyway, Cole and McClanahan, two of the best pitchers in the league. So it's going to be hard to get too excited about either offense. So I won't. 3.5 implied run total for the Yankees, 3.1 on the Rays. So I'm all for you guys taking the no-run first inning. McClanahan at home, 35% K rate, 4.8% walk rate, just 1 on the home run per 9. A beautiful 2.25 xFIP, 35%. That's nuts. So both these pitchers got to be in the player pool. So let's go ahead and introduce them. I'm going to be cheap with it and put them both at tier 2 for now, but that might change. Rays are still pretty weak offensively. Wander Franco's still been down. ISO-wise, G-Man Choi, a 200-plus ISO, and Isaac Paredes, a 220-plus ISO. Historically, G-Man Choi has been that guy for Garrett Cole. He can't get him out, but this year he's been getting him out. It's been a little bit more on the Garrett Cole side, so maybe G-Man Choi's got one saved in his bat for this game, but ultimately, I'm fine with both pitchers being a mainstay in my lineups tonight, and I'll probably lean on these two pretty aggressively. It's always an odd spot for me personally to put some gambling stock in the pitcher against my team because I will be watching them, but we might get a fast game. If these two pitchers are on, we might get a really, really fast game. Look for Jose Trevino behind the dish on Garrett Cole. Trevino, one of the best pitch framers in baseball. I believe Higgy started yesterday. He hit that bomb. And then an odd moment where Joey Gallo got subbed out for Jose Trevino in the game. They wanted Trevino against the lefty. Could you imagine being a Rangers fan in a coma for like 4 years and you wake up and you see Trevino was subbed in for Joey Gallo? Random, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much with the offenses here, just the pitchers. But me personally, I probably always get to see Yankee stacks, but that's just that's a bias thing. All right, next game on the docket. Let's go Tigers and Red Sox, right? Tigers came through for me the other night against Taylor Hearn. Miggy. So I wonder if the Red Sox do something cool for Miggy. They gave what what was it? They gave Albert Pujols a number 5 from the Fenway scoreboard. I thought was pretty cool. What am I typing wrong? Victor Reyes. Boom. Riley Green. All right, Riley Green was the new number 1 prospect, I believe, after Rushman. And he's been all right so far. We got Duran in the projected starting lineup or the starting leadoff spot for the Red Sox. Red Sox have a pretty beefy total here, 5.6. So we'll probably try and pull out some props from the Red Sox if we can make it happen. Captain JBJ. By the way, chat, if you guys are on some props that you have a strong conviction about, be sure to share with the class. It's an open book test. Fido against Winkowski. All right, fun matchup we got here. 40 innings for Fido. Chat. If there is a Tigers fan in existence and I'm ruining this guy's name, please let me know. I'm gonna say Fido. Let's go with that. 3 innings, 5 innings, 80, 82, 89. So 80 plus pitches. I can't imagine I'd ever really want to play him here, but I just wanted to make sure we had enough big league sample size to kind of go off of. And I feel like we do. A 1.4 whip so far in the big league level. And looks like he struggles keeping the ball in the park to lefties. That's going to be an issue going against Rafael Devers, really one of the better power lefties in the league. A 324 ISO against righties in the last 2 years. Almost a 1. OPS in that time span, and already booking a 4.29 rating on the bomb detector. So I'm going to be looking for some action on maybe Devers props. Let's look at the pitch mix here. Fastball, slider, changeup for Fado. A negative grade on that fastball that sits about 92.5. Yeah, that's not going to work. And then backing it up with a slider, and Devers crushes that pitch as well as the changeup. So we're looking at Devers crushing all of the pitches that Fado offers. Great batted ball data. So Mr. Devers, tell me, where have you been? Around the world, and he's back again at 8.5 fantasy points, 1.5 total bases. So let's go ahead and add some Rafael Devers. I'd really take anything here, and I like him for a homer. And the fact that he's in the home run triangle, we can do the old Lindquist special here and take the same bet twice, basically. So I'll put everything. 8.5 FPS, 1.5 total bases, and home run triangle. I think I'm digging that quite a bit. So I'm not playing Fado. Not even if there's a fire. Winkowski for the Red Sox here, 1.75 whip, a 18% K rate, a 9.2% swing and strike rate. I really have no interest there. I guess you could get away with pitching average to below average arms against the Tigers. It's a thing, but man, I still want the pitcher to be good. What up, Jay? What up, Steven? Appreciate that. What up, Renza? Books had it at minus 180 for the Tampa. Oh, that's huge then. I'm surprised they even still have it up then. Winkowski, 11 ground balls, 2 fly balls against Oakland. So I'll tell you what, man. Winkowski has really had some can of corn matchups, right? Orioles, Oakland, and now you get the Tigers. Maybe that's by design. Maybe Alex Cora is setting this up for him. But let's see how he's done in the minors. Here, what up, Conscious? Where we at, like 36 likes, chat? You guys trying to be great? Let's get them likes up. In the minors this year, 42.2 innings, 43 Ks. So strikeout per inning, a sub 1 whip. Maybe there is some meat on the bone here against the Tigers team. Let's see, 21 innings against lefties, 23 Ks, about a strikeout per inning against righties, a 2 ground out to air out ratio. Chat, someone stopped me from playing Winkowski here, and this is a Tigers lineup with the lowest power rating in all of baseball, and probably an aggregate 1 in 4 strikeout rate. When we might see positive regression on his K percentage to righties. Did he have any weaknesses? Sub 1 whip, that was good. What about the power? He gave up one bomb to both sides of the plate in about 20 innings. God dang it. Stop this. Gun's about to play Winkowski, y'all. We about to do this. What's this fantasy line at? Winkowski. 4 Ks, 80 pitches, 26 fantasy points. 80 pitches, huh? So the rule of thumb here for pitchers in the majors is usually you can plus 15 them. 10 to 15 pitches. So 62 plus 15, 77. And he went to 79. I don't know if they expect him to be a fully... I don't know. Is he a long starter by trade? Let's go the last couple starts. 7 innings. So in the 7 innings in his last minor league. That pitch prop is tempting. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to. That's tempting. And then the 26 fantasy points is tempting too. I don't know if I can imply him for the 6th inning here, but looking at the Tigers implied for 4.1, if we give him 5 or 6, that probably tells us over the course of 9 innings that's a quality start. Man, Winkowski's got my curiosity, man. I'm gonna have to bite into it. Josh Winkowski. Also, we're stacking Red Sox. The Tigers bullpen has been pretty decent for their sake. They only have 1 blemish versus league average, and that's been walking people. But for the most part, really strong bullpen. But Fenway is Fenway. It's gonna be one of the more pitcher or hitter friendly parks on the slate. And we're just gonna go with the run total here, right? Listen to you on a road trip, and your voice is like a lullaby for my girlfriend. Oh man. I just woke up too, so it's a little extra raspy. I don't know. I appreciate that though, man. Appreciate you guys taking me with you. I hope you guys are safe during your travels. Ironically, I think this song is called Take a Ride. No, it's not. All right. So I think I'm gonna go a little wild here with Winkowski, and I have a hunch at 80.5 pitches. I can get behind that, and then if we think that's live, then 26 fantasy points is intriguing as well. And we'll do a little bit of open book math here and do just some like in our head projections. Let me open up a calculator. So let's just give him 5 innings, right? So 5 times 3, that's gonna be 15 outs. That's 15 points. And let's give him 4 strikeouts. So 4 times 3, that's 12. So just based on that, that's 27 fantasy points, right? And I think we went super conservative with those numbers, and he's at 26.5. So if he does steal an extra strikeout, if he does pick up the win, even 5 innings would make him eligible. I'm somewhat tempted in his fantasy points, but all of these numbers are intriguing, except the hits. I think the pitches thrown in the fantasy score are the 2 most interesting ones for me. I think I'm going to be a little bit responsible and not like make that a main play here, but if you guys are making a much more broader board than I am, like if you like mixing and matching 10, 12 plays, I think you could justify that. I do. But I'm also definitely nominating Devers everything. And then Fado. I'm going to double check that Fado had a problem with lefties at the minor league level, but I think we have enough big league sample that we could buy into Devers mashing this dude. Look at this dude. Actually, all these pitches in the majors this season, right? 40 innings, yeah, maybe. Tigers been hitting him late. Yeah, they ran into Taylor Hearn, who is less than great against righties. So, but hey, yeah, maybe throwing Riley Green into the lineup, maybe hitting becomes contagious and they start turning it around. And it is a hitter-friendly park, so it wouldn't stun me. I don't think I have any strong interest in Tiger stacks here against Winkowski. I guess you could say that I don't even want to go off of this small of a sample size. So, how much is the PrizePicks points converted to DraftKings? I think it's linear. The pushback is there is no, like, it's not efficiency scoring, meaning it's more like Fanduel where you're not going to get knocked for walks and hits allowed and stuff like that. Where DraftKings will tax you for that. They will tax you for earnings though. By the way, chat, if you guys are not on either PrizePicks or Underdog, you guys know what I'm about to say. Sign up with one of these links, and they will double your first deposit up to $100, and they will also continue to support the channel, and we put out these free streams. So yeah, can you say I too am listening to you on a road trip with my girl. First time she's gotten handsy in months. Must be the Gundecker voice. Guys, I'm a little uncomfortable right now. Brian, I don't know about that one, buddy. Oh, man. How much is the prize? Okay, what else? Tigers. I think I got everything. I got sift through the nonsense. Nah, I appreciate it. Honestly, like, that means a lot. Like, when people tell me they listen to me in the car or at work or something like that, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I've had, when I do NBA, I've had old school cats tell me that, you know, they're a dishwasher in the back of a house or a restaurant. They just got me in the ear while they're cleaning dishes. I'm just like, dude, that is the grind, bro. I love that. Giants, dude, it's really no lineups confirmed. That can't be right. I feel like the Discord was blowing up with lineup alerts. Yeah, it is. All right, Yankees lineup did come out. All right, we'll adjust that. My current source that I'm copying from is not adjusting at the speed of which I would appreciate. Anyway, Giants at the Braves. We got Fried and Logan Webb. So, two above-average pitchers. And if we go for like last year, Logan Webb is really good. So, I think this game is going to give us a few range of outcomes. The outcome that I think is being pushed by, I guess, the Vegas lines is a little bit more pitching than hitting. But we shall see. Hold me closer, dangerous swans. Michael Harris, the second. All right, Fried and Logan Webb. So, implied run total for the Giants, 3.7, 4.5 on the Braves, 90 degrees out there in Atlanta, GA. So, that's very hitter-friendly weather, and this part can definitely be a little bit more hitter-friendly. So, this might be a sneaky over. With that said, both pitchers really rock solid. 3.4 expected ERA for Logan Webb, 3.17 expected ERA for Max Fried. 8,600 for Fried, pretty cheap. The Giants, you guys know I call them the Cinderella stack against lefties. Slater, Ruff, Wilmer, Flores, Evan, Longoria, all guys that can hit lefties with a lot of power. Those guys, outside of Wilmer, have a 200 plus ISO, and even Wilmer is just like, we know he's a lefty masher, right? So, I think I would get to a few Giant stacks. Same with I definitely get to some Brave stacks, but I think if I had to guess, I would expect more ownership on 8.6K Fried than maybe the Giant stack altogether. And I think 90-degree weather in SunTrust Park would make me at least want some access to the other side here. But that's not to say I won't want Max Fried, and that's not to say I won't want Logan Webb. I think this is a scumdacker game. And on the Brave side here, Logan Webb, a 21% K rate overall on the road this year, and then overall in the season, 21.2%. It has definitely declined from last season, and the biggest drop-off is against the righties. Last year, he was holding a 30% K rate to righties. That's dropped to 22.8%, but most of the metrics are pretty much the same. The barrel rate's pretty identical. The biggest drop-off has been like almost 1.5% on the swing and strike rate. So do we expect those Ks to come? Maybe. Has there been a drastic change in something specifically that he's getting this big of a different result? I don't know. We'll go look. So first of all, let's go look at his game log with the plate discipline being the focal point. In the last couple games, 14% swinging strike rate against KC, Colorado 10%, 6.9 on Miami, 15, 9.8. All right, so kind of all over the road there. And then batted ball data in those games, xFIP has been 3 or less in really all those games. Only at St. Louis was a tough game for him. And then I want to look at pitch type too and see if he's changed anything in terms of pitch mix or if his velocity has changed at all. 92.1 on the fastball, 82 on the slider, 86 on the changeup. So putting that to last year, fastball velocity is down a little bit, but not like staggering, and the changeup is at 86. So that's pretty much the same. So with all of that said, the Braves on the season, a 25.7% K rate against righties. I would imagine that's got to be amongst the top in baseball. But let's go test that. So on the season, let's go team stats. Against righties. Advanced. And then K percentage against these righties. Atlanta's second in strikeout rate against righties. So there is a strikeout matchup that could be realized here by Logan Webb, and he's at 8.4K as well. So Fried and Webb are, they feel like the same play. I think the Braves maybe have a little bit more upside, I guess, long term. But honestly, matchup-wise, you can make a case that it's more even than the eye test, right? A 415 overall slugging for the Giants team against lefties. 423 against righties for the Braves. That's not that drastic. And 107 WRC plus against lefties for the Giants. 101 for the Braves. So, yeah, this has got to be the perfect scumdacker spot that we play a couple of ranges of outcomes here. Just keep in mind with the Giants, you do teeter-totter with some guys that might get platooned out midway through the game. Darren Ruff is probably a candidate. You might see Jock Peterson revenge game his way into the lineup halfway through, or he might even start. We'll see what they throw out. Yeah, no. Seems like a good night for pitchers. Yeah. Let's see what the strikeout props are for Webb and Fried. More so Webb. For Fried, I don't really think of as a big strikeout guy. 30.5 fantasy points for Webb. So like I said, this one has a wide range of outcomes. So I maybe I'd take some stabs at it in a 1-to-1, like on a sports book. I don't know if I want to hold my breath and sweat in a parlay setting, but it definitely is an optimal matchup for Logan Webb if we strictly think about strikeout rates. And then Fried, what's his fantasy points for Fried? 100.5 pitches, 33.5 fantasy points. So for Fried to have a strong game here, the most likely outcome is like 6+ innings with a bunch of ground balls and a strikeout here and there. Does tend to strike out lefties at a better clip than righties, 25.7%. And like I said, there is a platoon movement in this lineup that maybe we only see 3 lefties in the starting lineup. Yastrzemski, Brandon Crawford, maybe Luis Gonzalez. But I wouldn't hate looking at his fantasy point prop as well. And for a guy like me that does like the Giants for a little bit of pop against lefties, Fried, to his credit, has sustained a 50% ground ball rate over the course of the last 3 years against righties. So getting a homer off him is easier said than done. So I might feel a little bit safer with Fried here, but even Logan Webb's ground ball rate's pretty doggone elite too. So and Webb's big bugaboo has been to lefties, and Braves don't really put out a lot of lefties. Matt Olson, Michael Harris the second, the only lefties I got in this projected lineup. But I'm trying to think. Albies is hurt, so we wouldn't see his. This might be a really strong spot for both. So maybe we'll go honorable mention for a couple of guys, meaning these wouldn't be core guys. So I would take Logan Webb, maybe FPS or Ks, and then Max Fried, probably just FPS. And then I was on Winkowski, FPS. We'll go right. So these are just like bets I would understand, but I probably don't core. What up, Steve? Remember, we have to win a full slip challenge for MLB today. Oh, is that why there's 100 of you D-gens hanging out? A full slip. Does that mean you gotta pick 5, Chris? Maybe I should look into that. I saw people talking about it in the free Discord earlier. But you know me, I just I run the slips no matter what. So I'll pull up their Discord to see if See if I can read the announcement. No. I don't even know where it would be. Alright. I don't want to waste time trying to figure that out. But if you guys know, if it's supposed to be a full 5, let me know. Maybe we'll try and make a 5 picker. So did I add these two? Yeah, I did. Braves, Giants. These are gonna be low percentage stacks for me, unless the field is coming in like super high on them, and then I just have to bail. 5. All right, appreciate that, Renard. All right, cool. Then we'll try to make 5. I'm pretty happy with these two so far. Yankees, Rays, NRFI, and Devers. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. No red lines. Oh, so you could do a 2-pick power. Oh, well, I do like these two, so. Okay. Good call, good call. Good comms. All right, let's get the next game typed up. Cardinals. Oh, man, we got Corbin. Dude, I swear Corbin Burns is, like, always facing the Cardinals. All right, now I just got a ton of lineups updated on this page. Let me refresh. There we go. In a second, I'll go back and update some of the aforementioned games lineup-wise. But since I already started this one, we'll go ahead and knock it out. Corbin Burns. Miles Michaelis taking on Corbin Burns. Michaelis is coming off a near no-hitter where he threw 8,000 pitches in a game. No, it felt like it, though. What was it, like 128, something like that? And Harrison Bader maybe could have made a play if he read the ball a little bit better. Maybe if he was shifted a little bit better. But what can you do? Well, what I would say is Michaelis, like many of these no-hit flirters, not really that guy pal when it comes to strikeouts. 6 Ks in that 8.2 inning a game against the Pirates. He's just really not a strikeout getter. A 20% overall K rate on the season, 8.8% swing and strike rate to boot. 18.5% K rate to lefty so far with a 4+ xFIP. Probably see half the lineup the Brewers offer out will be lefties. Christian Yelich, Rowdy Tellez, Omar Narvaez, and Jace on base, Jace Peterson, former Yankee great, in the mix there. So I'm not that enthralled with Michaelis on this slate. He's kind of really more of a Fanduel quality star chase play for me on a more modest slate, but I think there's some ceiling to be realized by some of the pitchers on this slate. Think about it. Garrett Cole, McClanahan, Logan Webb's range of outcomes, Fried, Corbin Burns. So I think Michaelis is going to be expendable for me, and maybe I hope that gets a little bit of recency bias going his way. Back-to-back 30 bombs for him. I think I would just sit that one out. And then coming off 129 pitches, I want to see how the skipper treats that, because sometimes skippers will try and be a little bit lighter for you on the next time out. And this is still a 5-day rotation, so I don't know. My gut's telling me to stay away for a little bit more modest results, so I think I will. But I certainly wouldn't talk you guys down off of them if you were interested. A 52% ground ball rate to righties, that keeps him in play. 40% ground ball rate to lefties. He throws strikes, and he keeps the ball in the park. I'm just looking for true ceiling potential, and usually that means I need to believe in your strikeout acumen, and I don't necessarily believe in him. But I did say that with Taijuan Walker the other day, and he had like 10. The guy. Corbin Burns on the bump. 32% K rate this season, 2.95 expected ERA, 6% barrel rate. This is a really tough Cardinals lineup, but it usually comes out righty heavy, and Corbin Burns has been smoking righties for 3 seasons straight. And even though his K percentage to righties has dropped essentially 5% from last year, it is still 31.5%. So it's a tough matchup. But I wouldn't be stunned if the Cardinals get to him. This is a Cardinals lineup that doesn't strike out a ton to righties, and they have plenty of history against Corbin Burnes. So I might play a little bit of both sides. I might be a little bit responsible with the ownership that I do get for Corbin Burnes, but for the most part, I just got to bet on talent. I think Corbin Burnes is one of the best pitchers in baseball, so I'm gonna have him in the pool for sure. I'm gonna tier 2 him, and then I will probably get to a little bit of Cardinals exposure, because Goldie, Arenado, and then depending on the lineup, guys like Edmund, Bader, those guys steal bases at a high clip here too. So it is one of the attributes I look for in an overall stack, with a little bit of power, a little bit of stolen base potential. So I will get to some Cardinals, but that's in super mass entry, and I will definitely get to some Burnes, and then obviously I got to get to some Brewers. Even though Michaelis keeps the ball in the ground, the Brewers might end up playing more like a substack for me. But I guess I need to double down on staying away from Michaelis here. But again, like I said, it's more because I think Michaelis's average game, or more likely game, is kind of just 20 fantasy points. If he's having a good game, and then if he's not, if he's pitching to contact and they bleed through, I'll just stay away and hope that my shots at the 30 fantasy point guys get me there. But 7.6K, I definitely wouldn't talk you guys off of it. Let's see what Burnes is coming in at. Strikeout rate on PrizePicks, 7.5. That's up there. I don't know if I'm gonna sweat that. Michaelis had an extra day rest. All right. What's Michaelis out prop at? Is that 18? They didn't give us one for him. 31.5 fantasy score from Michaelis with just a 5K. So they're implying at 31. I wonder if they're planning him for 5 strikeouts. Jeez, I don't even know that I would hang on to 5Ks. Maybe I'm just mean and I'm down on Michaelis, but this swing at strike rate is just not. How did he get all these strikeouts against Tampa? What happened there? Yeah, chat. If I'm getting you off of Michaelis, don't let me be the guy. But I don't know. I feel like my gut's on the other side here. Against Tampa, he had a 14% swing and strike rate. Excuse me. That's like a career high. The freak. What was going on? Zunino, 1 strikeout. That's not crazy. 2 for Brujan. Guess he was just getting strikeouts. Only one hitter struck out more than once in that game for the Rays. God dang, 9 strikeouts. That's not normal for him. They swing. Yeah, he might have just had a good day. Like, I don't think he's a bad pitcher. Don't get that twisted. I just don't know if the fantasy ceiling is where I want it to be. But 7.6K, you could do worse, I guess. McClanahan, Riley will definitely be the lower owned options. So if it hits, it'll be nice in a tournament. I can see that. All right, cool. All right, chat, let's do some maintenance here. Let's go back and get all 4 of the first games have confirmed lineups. So just to make sure anything, double check, see if anything changed. Morel, Contreras, Ortega, Hap, Wisdom, Jonathan VR in the 6th spot for the Cubs. Then Nico Horner, Jason Hayward, and Alfonso Rivas. So a lot of lefties. Not necessarily, fearsome lefties, but Brubaker has had a home run problem with lefties. Pirates did not start or lead off with O'Neal Cruz. It's going to be Brian Hayes, Ryan Reynolds, Jack Sawinski. Didn't Sawinski hit 3 homers yesterday or Saturday? This guy's turning into something, huh? So I usually make a Sawinski's auto parts joke, and then I also make that same joke for McClanahan. You guys seen the movie Tommy Boy? And now they're on the same slate. I don't know what to do with my hands. All right. Lineup came out a little bit different. Reynolds, Sawinski, Vogelback. Reynolds and Sawinski have the 2 highest bomb ratings out of the team so far. 4.14, identical for both. Sawinski's really cheap if he's going to be this type of power guy. Well, let's double check. See if he's fake. Fudge. In the minors, he had 3 homers and 51 at-bats. That's pretty solid. And then career, 53 bombs and 1788 at-bats. What about last? This is just straight up last year. 2021, 367 at-bats with 19 homers. Had an 868 OPS with a 485 slugging. I guess he is, by trade, a big power guy and a big a fly ball hitter or line drive hitter. I guess playing while you can at this price point, 2,200, feels like that price should go up, right? I don't know, even if he's not 1-to-1 with Brian Hayes and Brian Reynolds, he probably should be closer to 4K anyway, just based on his results. So yeah, I don't know, maybe keep that in mind for Sawinski, or maybe stash him in season long. Yankees lineup did come out: LeMahieu, Judgy, Rizzo, Stanton, Glaber, Josh Donaldson. Oh yeah, Trevino, no Gallo against the lefty, makes sense. And then Mauro Gonzalez in the 9 spot. Probably look for a pinch hit late in the game from, I guess, Gallo. Gallo's the only. Oh, I guess IKF has the day off too. Yeah. Rays are leading off Yandy Diaz, Manuel Margot, G-Man Choi. All right, if you guys are sweating this no-run first inning, you're going to be sweating G-Man Choi's BVP, and you're going to be sweating Aaron Judge. Good luck. God bless. Josh Lowe's in the lineup. He did play for them earlier in the season. He's one of their top prospects. Didn't really blow anyone away. So they had Josh Lowe, Nate Lowe, Brandon Lau, and I believe Josh Lowe is Nate Lowe's brother, and Nate Lowe got traded to the Rangers. I believe I had that story right. So now they still have a Lowe and a Lau, spelt the same, just different. And then we're not going to be that enthralled with Lowe on this slate, but if you guys need a little history lesson on who he is, in the minors this season, he's batting almost 300 with a 922 OPS. He's got 6 bombs and 137 at bats. So there is a good hitter in there. He just, he was a little struggling out of the gate earlier this season. So keep an eye out on him. That's your what to watch for. Tigers, Red Sox lineups came out confirmed. Victor Reyes, Robbie Grossman, Miggy Cabrera, Javi Baez, Riley Green, Jamer Candelario is batting 6th. A little wrinkle versus the projected. And then the 7th spot, Spencer Torkelson, Jonathan Scope, and Tucker Barnhart. I don't know why I typed over that. All right, cool. So Riley Green getting a little nice spot in the order. Jaron Duran, Devers, Martinez, Xander, Verdugo, Trevor Story, Cordero, Vasquez, and JBJ. So as projected, so nothing's going to change there. We still like Rafi Devers quite a bit. Giants lineup did come out. Slater, Austin Slater leading off. Wilmer Flores batting 2nd. Yastrzemski, Darren Ruff, Longo Dongo in the 5 spot. Luis Gonzalez in the 6 hole. Former Yankee great Tyrell Estrada, Kirk Casale, Tommy LaStella. Did something just change? I feel like my eyes just watched that change. So Tommy LaStella in the bottom here. So we do get 3 lefties. They're spread out. If you want to tap into those free strikeout against lefties, Acuna, Swanson, Riley, Austin. There's 2 Austins. Olsen, not Austin. Travis d'Arnaud over William Contreras. Marcelo Zuna, Adam Duvall, Arcia, Michael Harris. So, let me see. William Contreras versus Travis d'Arnaud. All right. So, Darno strikes out a little less than William Contreras, but it's still a strong strikeout lineup for the Braves. The Cardinals, all right, we're caught up. We're caught up like Usher. What up, Blunt Rolling Gangsta? What up, Andrew? 3 bombs, yeah, nuts. Pirates have a lot of young talent. Pirates, yeah, they do. And then they also, I guess I hope they make changes, but they've been getting fleeced every year. I feel like every time they're involved in a trade, like whoever they trade away ends up being like the GOAT, and then they get a bum. So like, what the Rays do? They traded for Tyler Glasnow, got him for like Chris Archer, and then the Yankees gave up like Hoy Park and somebody else for Clay Holmes, who's like the best reliever potentially in baseball right now. It's kind of dumb. They should just stop answering the phone, or answer the phone and be like, "Oh, you want this guy?" And then like, we're not trading that guy. You know what I mean? All right, move on to the Blue Jays game. They also had that Bonds feller. Remember him? Lance Lynn on the bump for the White Sox today. Oh, dude, the baseline there got a little funk to it for a second. All right, waiting on either lineup to be confirmed, but Blue Jays coming off a series against the Yankees. We got Jose Barrios on the bump, taking on a White Sox team that did, for all their woes against righties, they did just get to Mr. Verlander. And now they get Timmy Anderson back in the mix, it looks like. I think Moncada's still down, but we'll see. But no matter what, like on the season, they've still been pretty underwhelming against righties. But this is definitely going to be one of these splits gotta hit, right? Jose Barrios on the road this season, a 290 average allowed, just a 17% K rate. Overall in this season, a 20.5% K rate with a $1.25 on the whip. And then Lance Lynn has looked pretty rough out the gate. He has, in short sample, struck out righties, but that's a very short sample. So we're gonna relive what he did in the minors, which wasn't good, by the way. He was getting smacked in the minors, and then in 4.1 innings against the Tigers, the worst team in baseball, basically. 10 hits in that game, 1 bomb, 8 ground balls to 6 fly balls. He didn't walk anybody, but he's never had a walk issue anyway. So I mean, this is a White Sox team. They're given starts, or have been given starts this season to, think about it, Dallas Keuchel, Johnny Cueto. So they're desperate to get somebody out there to throw some innings. But Lance Lynn, I think we have to be really, really cautious to think about Lance Lynn in the same mindset that we have historically, or at least the last couple seasons. In his minor league starts before that Tigers outing, 3 innings against Louisiana, I guess that is, or Louisville, I don't know. 7 earnings. It gave up a 357 average in that game, was more of a fly ball pitcher with a 1.7 whip. Then 4 innings against Memphis, gave up 2 bombs, only 2 strikeouts. So he really has, on both levels, 5 strikeouts, or just in the minors, 5 strikeouts in 7 innings with 13 hits allowed. So it's not finding it, and he's never been a pitcher that really has more than one. Like, he throws fastball, and then a 61% fastball usage so far this season. That's probably a little bit lower than I would have guessed. And 19% on the slider, 11% on the curveball, and that's from 1 game sample size, right? So if we bring that back a little bit to last year, we might be able to project some extra usage, but still, you expect most pitchers, like, just by default, are like 50% fastball, and then go from there. I've seen Lance Lynn push like 70%. So let's go pitch type on him. And actually, yeah, is that it right there? Last year, Lynn, 62. So he's gotten better about that. He's throwing a little bit more slider versus years past. And then the curveball, he barely went to last year, and that might have just been him saying, hey, I need another pitch right now. So for him to like 5x that pitch, or 4.5x that pitch, versus his historical average is probably not going to be a thing. So expect more fastball slider. So we kind of keying on fastball slider for the Blue Jays. They all hit the fastball and not bad against the slider, generally speaking. So I will have a lot of Blue Jays interest. They have an implied run total of 5, and backing up Mr. Lynn is a bullpen that can get got. Why do I not have salaries? Tim Anderson. For some reason, my salaries aren't populating for these two teams. Let me see. I'll have to fix that off here. Let me put that down here for a second. Tim Anderson. I don't know why that's not populating, but I'll fix that. So if you guys are Vipers, that'll be fixed when I get off the air. But we are stacking Blue Jays without a doubt. And I'm not going to tempt fate with Lance Lynn until he proves otherwise. Even at 5,800, I just can't. So we're stacking Blue Jays. White Sox against Barrios. So this is one of those torn spots as well, because the White Sox have been so underwhelming. I guess they're worth stacking because maybe we'll just go opposite of the field. At this point, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know where the field's at on Barrios. I would imagine they're not that enthralled with him. Even in Minnesota, felt like he was more of a home road guy anyway. His last 2 good home games, 16-18%, and then at Detroit 7% swing and strike rate. So that's not what you want. And then the batted ball data generally on his side. 8.7K. I think I get to White Sox. This might be a scumdacker spot. We'll see. Right, I'm gonna nominate Barrios for loose tier 3 exposure. But if I look at ownership projections and he comes in like near 20%, I'd probably stay away and hope for the best, Get caught up on chat. Love the White Sox today. Barrios is 11% barrel rate, 40% hard hit rate or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I've got 11.9% on the barrel rate, and yeah, hard contact is pretty high as well, especially against lefties. What up, Jim? Where you been, bro? Been down in LA recording with my band. What pirates are you using tonight? First of all, that's pretty cool, Jim. I would love to hear some of your music. And if I had to grab some pirates in my player pool, I'd probably take a shot on 1 through 4, and then emphasis on Sawinski. And you might even have to make sure your optimizer doesn't get too crazy at 2.2K. But those would be the main guys. And then for power, Reynolds, Sawinski, and Vogelback project the best. But keep in mind, Killian's a guy that we expect to have a high ground ball rate. And PNC Park is a pitcher-friendly park, and the temp's pretty low, right? Oh my God, I just read that deleted message. Jesus H. Literally. Holy cow. Anything on Lynn's velo? That's a good question, Steve. Let's go check that out. So his velo's at 92.2 average velocity so far. Last year was at 93. So I'm like, it's down. Is it crazy? Especially when you're ramping back up, it's not that drastically bad. You do wonder if that 1 mile an hour makes a difference. And sometimes it's not just velo, it's also spin rate. So let's see if Lance Lynn's spin rate has adjusted. Chat, you guys are crushing it. 130, you guys, man. That means a lot. I appreciate you guys. Like last, I don't know. I guess our viewership jumps up and down. Spin rate. 2362, I guess, revolutions per minute or however that's gone. Last year was at 2407, so the spin rate is down a little bit. Last year he had expected slugging on that pitch at 297. This year it's at 714. I guess we could also look at like movement on that pitch. Minus 1.9 inches of horizontal movement, and then minus 2 versus last year it was it's not that drastic. I guess it's the spin Slight decrease in spin rate and then a slight decrease in velocity maybe that's the magic touch, right? Marlins couldn't hit Peterson. Oh man, I'm gonna need that White Sox Jays over 9 to hit. I can see that. What up, Tony? Hope you're doing all right. Man, I don't know what to do for this game on PrizePicks, I guess. Or the previous game. Barrios. I'm with you guys. Like I'm more pessimistic about Barrios. And then Lance Lynn, I'm definitely maybe some unders. I don't know. Lynn at 91.5 pitches. I feel like even if he's getting shelled, Tony La Russa, he might be half asleep and drunk in the corner and just let him stay out there. 5 hits allowed. Maybe we take the hits here. He's not. He rarely walks. I'd almost be tempted to take the under on the walk, 1.5. But maybe the hits is the line, or 2.5 earnings. I feel like that's over respecting Lance Lynn versus historical numbers. And the Blue Jays 421 slugging against righties, 109 WRC plus. So it's not like drastic, but yeah, I don't know. Springer was on a skid. I think he broke yesterday. Vladdy looked good yesterday at the plate. Maybe we think about over on hits or earnings. We'll add that to honorable mention. So we'll go Lance Lynn, hits, earned runs, and then this is like not core stuff. This is like for those of you psychos that make 20 plays and want to mix and match. And then if we had to match it with Toronto, maybe they give us Vladdy and Springer and Matt Chapman as the home run triangle. That's interesting. I'm skipping this song. It's about Big Macs and Whoppers. I'm not even capping. Capping is what the kids call lying, for those of you. 1.5 total bases or 8 fantasy points on Vladdy. That's intriguing. Let's go to that pitch report on fastball. Springer and Vladdy both crushed a fastball. And like I said, you can sit on that pitch. So I'd probably be, and you get Springer's road, maybe 6 at-bats on the road, White Sox bullpen. The home run triangle's nice. I don't love Chapman in it, but I don't hate it. Chapman has a 3.2 rating on the bomb detector. Neither guys have, like, really the whole team's not going to project well in the bomb detector, but you got to keep in mind, like, this is considering some of the Lance Lynn's metrics from last year, and he hasn't quite been that guy, pal. So I'm a little bit intrigued with, I'll put, let's say, Vladdy and Springer FPS TBs. Right? We cool with that? You guys agree with that? And then I don't really know what to do with Barrios. So, Baldy, what up, Baldy? What a mighty saint. Chat, in the description below, there's a link to this completely free Discord. And we have like 700 people in here. And the community has grown so fast, and I love the teamwork here. I guess one of the differences between DFS and prop betting is on prop betting, we can all be on the same team, sweat the same thing. We're not playing each other. And we're seeing that play out, and the WNBA is dang near getting notorious at this rate. So if you guys do prop bet on Underdog or PrizePicks, or if you haven't, when you get in that Discord, check out the deals here, the PrizePicks deals, the Underdog deals, and then of course if you're gonna go catch a game or a concert, you should buy your tickets on SeatGeek. It's the best marketplace to buy and sell tickets. If you use code GUNDACKER when you do buy, that gets you a $20 discount off your first purchase. So get in the free Discord, and then hit me up. And if you do sign up for PrizePicks or Underdog using my code, send me some screenshots, and we'll add you to the custom group. Which is just different color, and then if you are a channel member here, it means you hit that join button below. It's like $5 a month. We have members only channel where myself or Josh, whenever we do play, we share everything that we're playing, and you guys can get access to that. And it's just another small thing we do to give back. You see Josh, I think Josh is at a beach in North Carolina right now, so shout out to Josh, but he should be back hopefully tomorrow, if not sooner. And then our boy Eric's been pumping out some fire as well. So yeah, shout out to you guys. P Mata, Blame the Flame, J Deeds, Beansy, Green Mamba, jumping in there today. You guys are awesome. Definitely want to link up with you, and if any of you guys play like MLB The Show or Fortnite, usually at nighttime I'm on there, and I'm always looking for teammates. So if you see me playing, man, hit me up. All right, let's get another game entered into the spreadsheet. Before we do that, we did just get a Blue Jays lineup, so let me get that confirmed. Springer, Bichette, Vladdy, Teoscar, Raimel Tapia is batting 5th. Santiago Espinal is batting 6th. Matt Chapman in the 7th spot. I really wish Matt Chapman wasn't in the home run triangle, but saying that, watch him spoil it. But Springer and Vladdy, I think, are really fun plays here, and you might even get one of those Springer first. Like, he could definitely sit first pitch fastball off of Olin and go from there, right? All right, next game on the docket: Royals and the Angels. 9:38. First pitch, Royals against Syndergaard. We do have a confirmed Royals lineup. Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Bobby Witt. Salvi in the cleanup spot. MJ Melendez. Hunter Dozier. Kyle Isbell. Michael A. Taylor. Nicky Lopez. Chris Bubich. Uh-oh. Alright, I don't like this song. Next. Okay. Huh? What? By the way, that is confirmed. We'll caps it too. Taylor Ward. Yo, Mike Trout had himself a weekend. Where's our boy Aaron? Aaron, you out there lurking? Mr. Campbell? Was it last Monday or Tuesday, bro? We had ourselves a borderline controversial, and I would say it was just one guy with a hot take who we have love for. But I feel like Mr. Trout was in chat and in he's like, oh yeah? Oh, I'm my man went to Seattle and left Earth, bruh. Alright, Thor's on the bump for the Angels. Royals lineup confirmed. Bubich, not good. That's confirmed as well. He has a 1.89 whip on the season, 6.73 expected ERA, 5.23 Sierra. It's all bad. It is all bad. Why are these prices not showing up for me? Daily pricing. Did I put the wrong CSVs in here? Or I just got to fix the coding. I don't know. That's weird. So we will be stacking the Angels until we can't stack them anymore. It's just a good spot. They have a 5.4 implied run total. They're minus 200 favorites on the money line. So if you like some Thor action, go for it. And then there's not an Angel I really couldn't get behind. Ward, Trout, Ohtani, Duffy would be the tops for me. But you could always make cases for stats and stuff like that. But 1 through 4, definitely the apple of my eye. Syndergaard, what do we do with him? My guess is nothing. He's 6.4K on DraftKings. He's got a 4.24 expected ERA on the season, a 118 whip, and just a 16% overall K rate. The Royals, 90 WRC plus against righties, so that's 10 points below league average, and a 124 ISO. So I guess on a late slate, you can make a case here for Syndergaard. I just really don't know that I'm getting an optimal outcome more than I'm not at 15, 13. Like, there's a wide range of outcomes, but I think, like I said, with the names that are on this slate and really some of the value, when you got Cole, McClanahan, Burns, Fried, Webb, Darvish coming up, I kind of feel like the double 30s at the pitching spot is a realistic range of outcome tonight. So if I got to sweat 18 out of Thor, I'm just going to, let other people have that one, right? So I think I'm going to stay away from Thor. Definitely not touching Bubich. And that's all I got to say about that. And that's it for that game. Maybe we take some Bubich unders, though. Bubich. Join, definitely been seeing those Run DFS logos on DK. Are your projections the same as Run DFS? So for baseball, I do have the workings of a projection model, but understand that for projections for baseball outside of like pitching are really, really dumb. But you have to have something to go off of. So I've created an equation that I'm testing. It's like OPS. It's the OPS splits between pitchers and hitters. And then guys that do steal bases, stuff like that, I've tried to included a small grab for that, and then lineup. It's a whole process. But I don't have baseball projections yet, but I am hoping to launch that. If not, like in the next week, definitely during the All-Star break, which is in like 2 weeks, I'll have that. And then, of course, I'm going to bring back the K Factory, which was my strikeout projection model. So there's not like projections that you download and upload at the moment, because I don't really prioritize that. I think you can achieve the default projections as long as you're setting your ownership, because even when I do put in projections like on Fantasy Cruncher, I'm using like 125% randomness. So other than pitching, I don't really sweat it. I just let the stacks be the stacks. Stupid take. What's the stupid take? I really think St. Louis will rock Burns. I know Pivetta just did them in, but 5 homers. Actually, Chuck, I don't think that's stupid, man. I swear it felt like last year, every time the Brewers, like the Peraltas, the Burns, the Woodruffs, I felt like they would constantly get smacked by St. Louis, man. There's a lot of familiarity. I mean, I'm not a BVP guy, like, so I'm not gonna like say, oh, this and that, but I don't think that's crazy, because one, I think St. Louis is just a talented team, and two, I think they've done it before. Let's see, Burns. I guess Burns has been a little bit better. He does. Goldie's gotten him once, but look at 381 historical batting average, 294 for Edman, 250 for Arenado, 330 for Yepez. Like, I don't think that's the most insane take, Chuck. And then you don't have to have probably a lot of stake in the Cardinals to be different from the field. Yo, Salerno 707. I appreciate that sub, man. Welcome to the channel. Hello, VR playing. VR is in the lineup. Yeah, it's hot in Anaheim. What's the temp out there? 82 degrees. I'm looking. I wish I could show you guys my screen. I think I could. Let me see. Can you guys see the bottom of my screen right there? You see what that number says? 100 degrees. 82 degrees is nothing. I don't know. Is it supposed to be hotter later? I wish it was I wish it was 82 degrees right now. Save me on this air conditioning bill. I'll tell you what. All right, I'm gonna try to get you guys out of here in 10 minutes for the deeper dive. So we got the main event. D-backs at the Padres. We do have a confirmed D-backs lineup. This Ian Kennedy guy. Wait, Ian Kennedy. Isn't it Buddy Kennedy? Why they type Ian Kennedy? Bro, Fantasy Labs is broken. Chat, we need a new site to go off of for lineups. For some reason, they just have like the most aesthetically pleasing no refresh technology, but it's definitely not fueled by maybe the highest quality or best work ethic right now. They literally have Ian Kennedy in the lineup, and I'm pretty sure it's Buddy Kennedy. He grand slammed yesterday, I believe, as his first homer. So the Padres, man, you guys missed it yesterday. Manny Machado hurt his leg. I believe the X-rays came back negative, so that's a good sign. But I would be shocked if he played today. I don't know that he's going to be warranting a trip to the IL. But Manny Machado, you take out Machado from this lineup, you're taking out an MVP caliber player, and you do wonder how stout that offense will be without him. And then little hot corner defense is out of the lineup as well. So something to keep an eye on for the Padres, because don't expect them to be as potent offensively. Zach Davies on the bump for the D-backs, a 20% K rate, a 4.2 Sierra. I really have no interest in using him tonight. And then Yu Darvish, he has just about as much upside as everybody. D-backs have a 24.9% K rate. I believe that's going to be like top 3, top 4. I think we said it was Angels 1, Braves 2 against righties. And I think D-backs have got to be knocking on the door 3 or 4. So it's a good strikeout spot on paper. However, some of these guys in this particular lineup, don't really have like 30% K rates. It's Varsho at 23, Christian Walker at 25. So we're kind of betting on Darvish and his talent a little bit here. And his K rate overall this season been kind of low, 20.5%. And then his expected ERA knocking on the door of 4. But we know Darvish, he goes through these skids where he's struggling and then skids where he's elite. Last couple of games have been more on the elite side. 6 Ks, 7 innings against the Mets, 7 Ks, 8 innings against the Chicago Cubs, 10-7 ground ball to fly ball rate in that Cubs game. The Cubs, I don't know that they're that comparable to the D-backs, but I will say the D-backs have just a 3.1 implied run total. So something to keep an eye on. And then so far at home, big splits. Darvish averaging almost 12 fantasy points more per game at home. At home, he's got a 25% K rate on the season, a 3.57 xFIP with a 4% walk rate. So he does like Petco Park by hook or by crook is 73 degrees. So we will be playing Mr. Darvish, and we're gonna probably add him to the tier 2 category for me. So McClanahan, Cole, Burns, Darvish in tier 2, and then in the projected absence of Manny Machado, if we look at Davies' numbers against lefties, I feel like we can make a case for no run first inning. I wouldn't feel comfortable because I don't trust Zach Davies like that. But without Machado in the first inning, this, like I said, this is a really average lineup. Just Luke Voit since the beginning of last year has a massive WRC plus against righties, and then everybody else. The bottom half of this lineup is really, really bad. And I think right now, PrizePicks offers that live betting, but I think it's just for strikeouts. I don't really want to sweat strikeouts for Zach Davies, but man, if you guys are RunDFS.com Vipers and you can look at lineups like this and you want to take some of those second and third inning props, you could definitely pay attention to that WRC plus column as well and maybe look for that to benefit. Maybe they'll add a more robust option for that. We're at 73 likes on a baseball stream, man. You guys are the best. 100 degrees in northern Minnesota. Whew. Thoughts on Max Fried? 5.5 Ks. Feel like it's a great matchup. Bubic got 6 on the Giants, and he's a bum. Man, Lux. Or Justin. I think I nominated his fantasy points. I don't know. Let me see. Looking at the Giants lineup. The Giants lineup is pretty different game to game. I guess there is strikeout. I don't know. Slater more than 1.5. Yastrzemski definitely matches up with his lefty strikeouts. 1-5, 1-5, 1-5. I don't think that's crazy, especially if you think he's going deep. I'd probably hold my breath on or I'd probably rather take the fantasy points, but I don't think 5.5 is crazy. I think it's possible. I have no conviction one way or the other, though. Manny rolled out into the world. Davies becomes an ace. Okay, listen. Few starters today must prefer home. Yeah. Big splits, and I tend to not be too crazy with home road splits, but when there's a little bit of sample on it, I will. And then when there's a nuance about a park, right? Like San Diego is a little bit more pitcher friendly, and then the marine layer and all that crap. There's some parks that I will put a little bit more stock in it, or I don't know, Rogers Center with turf, Tropicana with turf. It's not. I don't know. Maybe it's not as valuable maybe as we're referencing it, but I still think there is value. We just have to understand that it's not the end all to be all. I wonder who's on the top of the bomb detector with today's pitches. All right, that's a great that's a great question. We'll put that up. And then before we sort that, gotta do 2 drops. Hey chat, twitter.com/Gundacker. Drop me a follow. I think I'm pushing 3,100, 3,200, something like that. 31.99. So one of you guys could be the number 3,200. And then if you guys want to hang out with me in the following 2 hours, I'll be in the voice chat in the RunDFS.com premium Discord. And then if you guys just want to chat it up, we have a free Discord, completely free. Link to that's in the description below. Shout out to HYFR and GRIA99. We got 3 guys that I could think of with 99. In our boy Hunyan Ryu 99, and then of course I guess I don't have it in my name, but it's in my Twitch name. Strikeout and inning hits for live bets. Oh, we have inning hits. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. I only saw strikeouts, so I might have to look at that. Maybe one of these days we'll do a live stream or maybe a live Discord call for sweating some live stuff, Without Ketel Marte and Luplo in the lineup, Darvish looks much better. Luplo, I think, will strike out. Marte definitely is a little peskier. Trout, I'm sure. So you guys want to guess who's at the top of the bomb detector? Trout says Chuck. My guess is Rafael Devers. I remember him having a 4.29 rating. So we'll go ahead and sort that. Then I'll zoom in on it. So those of you guys are just trying to take a screenshot or whatever. I'll also try and tweet it in a little bit. So if you do follow me, look out for that. And then I got to figure out why the F these. It is Devers. All right, let me zoom in. All right, Devers, Ohtani, Sawinski, Reynolds, Luke Voigt. There's not a lot of 4s. So 4 is the magic number. There's not a lot of 4s. And 2 of the 4s have a pitcher whose sample size in that split is less than 5 innings. So you have to be real careful with that. So technically speaking, there's only like 3 guys with a sample that's above 4. So not a big power night, but I do love Rafi Devers for sure. For sure. What's tomorrow looking like? I'll try and jump back out here. And then if you guys are channel members and you link your Discord with your YouTube, I'll post my final list for what I'm going to play on PrizePicks tonight. Tomorrow is looking like, Jesus, I hope, I'm going to assume the first 2 games are not on, but Fanduel does get weird and put those games on. So it could be anything from it could be every team, right? I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So every team plays tomorrow at 5:40 or later. FanDuel has left on those 6:40 games. So I guess we could try and stream at 3 p.m. Eastern. If we do it. Right? Yeah, Vladdy. I like Vladdy too, Mamba. Vladdy, Springer, Devers. Probably 3 hitters that I might core today. And we good. Heaven sent, bro. All right, chat. Let me guys get you out of here. Hit that thumbs up for the road. If you're not subbed to the channel, hit that sub button. We're on the road to 8K. I'm very happy and humbled and overwhelmed with how good this stream did number-wise. So thank you for that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. I love you guys. Tomorrow we should have some WNBA back as well. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money. Hey, tell somebody you love them because I love you. Peace.